Everyday Health is the largest destination site for health and wellness on the web. Significantly larger than WebMD, talks to about 38 million people, 38 million uniques. It has a combination of sites. It has What to Expect When You're Expecting, everydayhealth.com, MedPage Today, a whole bunch of owned and operated sites. Of late, what we've decided to do is extend that digital footprint by including a great deal of video content. That only started in January. We've seen dramatic increases in the amount of video that is being both published and consumed, primarily on everydayhealth.com, which is the first site that we've really started rolling video out on. But I think we're doing about 3,000% more now than we were doing just in January, and that's really just a beginning point. The expectation is that that will become a significant destination site for video. We will do some syndication, but at the moment we're primarily trying to have people consume, engage with our video as part of the broader content offerings we have on our current series of websites. Additionally, we have a program now on ABC Television, a half-an-hour show called Everyday Health TV. We are investing in that. We will continue that program in one way, shape, or form next year, and we're looking for other broadcast opportunities for our content. We are in conversations around cable to do cable programming that's branded Everyday Health TV. But the biggest initiative of this month and of today is our YouTube channel. We'll be launching with 25 hours of content, and we'll be adding an hour to an hour and 30 minutes of content every week thereafter for a full year. We were one of the channels that YouTube decided to do business with a couple months ago, and in league with a company called Trium Entertainment, we've been creating original health, wellness video for the last couple months. One of the differentiation points, and this doesn't fully differentiate us, is that we will emphasize professional branded content. We have brought in some terrific people with great backgrounds. Joanna Breen comes from ABC News, from her own company. Mark Coops, who runs a company called Trium Entertainment, was the originator of The Biggest Loser. We are spending a great deal of time, energy, and money to make sure that the content we're producing is high quality, highly reliable, and also spans the gamut. So we have everything from very specific condition-oriented, doctor-delivered video about diabetes too. We have hundreds of clips like that, all the way to the other end of the spectrum where it's informative, engaging, health and wellness content, but it certainly lives in a more entertaining side of that spectrum. We envision a place that we'd like to live in where we're covering almost like a traditional network, everything from entertaining, but it still has to have informational content and a takeaway, to really very hard news. We have hired a bunch of people from news operations, from network news operations, cable news operations, on camera and off camera. We just finished building a studio, which is the first studio of a couple that we're planning on building so that we can be in the daily 24/7 video execution area of the world. It's a very ambitious operation, one which will only end when we feel that we can deliver the finest health and wellness news and information out there. We focus on quality, professional, and endemic content, because we can deliver to our advertisers very specifically what it is that they're interested in. Whether you're an advertiser looking to talk to people with diabetes or an advertiser who's looking to talk to people who are looking to lose weight, we can provide them with a level of service and focus on a consumer that they can't get in a very general news environment. So by providing health and wellness information and being able to bucket that in a way that advertisers are comfortable with, because it's professional and it's objective and it's quality, it seems to suit their needs. You need to develop your content for the platform. The experience of our users on everydayhealth.com is going to be different than the experience of our users on MedPage Today, and it's going to be different for our users on whattoexpect.com. There are different expectations both for text and for gaming and for video on each of those three platforms. On everydayhealth.com, we look at it as smaller bits, 2 to 3 minutes. They come in, they want something that's informative. They're looking for something very condition specific, sometimes very specific information. So we create content there, which is different than we create in other platforms. The content that we create for ABC Television is very different. It's a half-hour traditional format. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It has to conform to commercials. Therefore, your structure has to be different than the structure on everydayhealth.com. YouTube, which is a new place for us to play in, we think is also different than broadcast or different than sites. People are coming in specifically to watch web videos. They're not as attuned to news videos. They're more interested in entertainment, so we're trying to play in between. We want to give them 8 to 12 minute pieces, which have a beginning and a middle and an end. They're more like little shows. And so we're producing specifically for that environment. Now I'm also producing other kinds of content for YouTube to experiment with it and see what users do with it. Users ultimately are who we're talking to. They'll decide whether we're platform agnostic or not. They'll decide the content and the content mix. And we need to be able to respond to that very quickly. So the environment very much determines the kind of content, the structure of the content, the nature of it, really from beginning to end, and then ultimately the users will vote with their eyeballs and their fingers, and then they'll let us know what they want, and then we'll make more of the stuff that works and less of the stuff that doesn't work. So it's all about iterating.